Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sari and you are watching my knitting podcast videos, and today's episode is all about the summer sock knit along that I will be hosting. And the summer sock knit along is something that I came up with about 4 years ago, and it was the idea came to me because usually when I knit a pair of socks, so if I use fingering weight yarn, and they usually come in 100-gram skeins. So when I knitted a pair of socks, I usually had quite a lot of leftovers, so this is almost enough to knit a second pair of socks, maybe a kid's socks, but not or a pair of shorties, but not really quite enough for a whole pair of socks, but almost. So I wanted to create something that uses leftovers, so that's how I came up with the summer sock knit along. And also because I like knitting socks during the summer, so I rarely knit socks in the winter. It's something that I usually knit in the summer. It's kind of like the sign of summer for me when I start knitting socks again, because in the summer I like knitting outside, so I often take my knitting outside when I go, especially when my son was a bit younger. So we used to go to a playground, so when he was there at the sandbox or in the swings or something like that, I would sit on the edge of the sandbox and knit something. So I wanted to have something small and portable with me, something that I can easily take with me when I was outside. And also in the summer I don't want to have like a large project with me, so especially when it's hot, it's really annoying to have like a chunky or a big sweater project on your lap. It's really sweaty, so I really like knitting something small that I can take with me wherever I go and just knit a few rows when I'm sitting in a park or in a cafe or something like that. So that's why I like knitting socks during the summer. So that's also one of the reasons for the summer sock knit along. So the idea in the summer sock knit along is that I create 4 specific patterns for the knit along. So there are always new patterns, something that I haven't released before, so they are especially created for this knit along. And every pattern drops once a month, so the knit along lasts for 4 months, and there's a new pattern coming on the first day of each month. So today is June 1st, so it's the release day of this year's summer sock knit along's first pattern. I will show these more to you soon and talk a bit more about them very soon. So these are the Summer Solstice socks that are being released today. So they are the first of this year's summer sock patterns, and the next one will come on July 1st, third one on August 1st, and the last one on September 1st. And the last pattern will use leftovers from the 3 previous patterns. So you might want to think about your color choices accordingly, so you can use something that matches really nicely together. It's going to be stripes, so not color work, so you don't have to think about the contrasts. Just take matching colors. You don't have to buy new yarn for this, so you can also use leftovers that you have already in your stash. The last pattern, you don't have to knit it with the specific 3 leftovers from the first 3 patterns, so you can use other yarns for that as well. So the idea is to use leftovers, so I don't want to encourage everybody to buy more yarn if you already have yarn in your stash for that. But in case you want to buy yarn and you want to buy specific colors, I have teamed up with a Finnish dyer called Säie Wool this year. So we created like this specific kits, and I will post photos here so you can see the kits in action. So this is my choice for this year's summer sock knit along, and they were created in collaboration with Säie Wool, like I said. So this is the Blckberry Yoghurt that I already used for my summer Solstice Socks, and this is Tropic Pop, and it's a really nice bright orange peachy apricot color, and then Toasted Sienna, which is like a really nice terracotta brownish, more muted shade. So this is going to be my combination for the September socks, so it's going to have stripes like this. So I think it's a really nice color combination. I really love these two together. It's quite unexpected, really nice, and then this terracotta color kind of like brings it all together. So this is a really nice combination. But if you want to use some other yarns you already have in stash, and like I said, for the September striped sock you can use other leftovers. You don't have to use these exact leftovers that you used for the other socks. But like I said, this is going to be my July sock, and this is going to be my August sock. So that's something that I'm going to be using for this year. So slightly brighter colors than I have used earlier. I think somehow I feel like I need more color this year. I don't know if you feel the same way, but here you can see the color choices that I have had for previous years. So they are much more tonal, much more muted colorways. So this one is a bit brighter. I could start showing you the Summer Solstice socks. So this is the new pattern that I released today, and this is going to be part of the summer sock knit along. So this is the first sock. I'm okay if you want to make the cuffs shorter, so it's your choice. And at the end of the knit along, so at the end of September, I will create a specific Ravelry thread for the finished socks. So take a photo of all the 4 socks together and then post it in that group, and I will be picking one winner from that Ravelry thread. And Säie Wool, who I partnered with this knit along, has promised one of their sock sets for the winner. So the winner can choose one of this summer's specific sock sets. So this or the other ones that they have created. So that's a really nice prize for you. And yeah, 4 socks, 4 months, 1 new pattern coming on the first day of each month. And we are starting with the Summer Solstice socks. So the Summer Solstice socks are knitted from cuff down and from cuff to toes, and they have a reinforced heel, as you can see here, so it's more durable. It has slip stitches to make it more durable, and then it has a round heel, so it's a French heel and a gusset. So we start with a tubular cast on, which makes the edge really nice. It looks like it's rolling from one side to the other, and it makes also the cuff stretchier than the normal long tail method. So this is explained in the pattern how to do it, and you can also use long tail cast on method or another cast on method if you prefer that. So you can do whatever cast on you want, and it's knitted in a twisted rib, as you can see. And then we start this cable and lace pattern. So this is the front of the foot, and this is slightly modified from Hitomi Shida's Japanese knitting bible and knitting stitch bible, and you can see the pattern here. And the back of the foot has this twisted stitch cable pattern, so it's only until the heel flap, and then the rest of the sole is just in stockinette stitch, so the cable pattern doesn't continue in the sole. So this is what it looks like. So this is the front of the foot, and then lastly the toes we decrease on each side and end with a Kitchener stitch here at the top. or the toes, not the top, the end maybe. So this is the first sock, and put my hand in here so you can see the lace better. It looks like this, so really pretty lace, and I call them Summer Solstice because I think the lace pattern kind of like reminds me of summer like flower wreaths that people in the Nordic countries make during midsummer, which is like the summer solstice time of the year. And in Finland we have the nightless nights, so the nights when the sun doesn't set at all. So these are kind of like little suns that never set, or flower wreaths. So that's why I named it Summer Solstice, and of course because they are this year's June socks, so I thought the name is really fitting for them. So here you can see them more closely, and I haven't started my July socks yet. I was going to cast them on today, so I will show them to you in these videos and also on my Instagram. So if you want to follow me on my Instagram, I will link my Instagram below this video, and you can see some sneak peeks of everything that I make. I usually post something daily on my Instagram feed, so you can easily follow me there as well. I forgot to say that I have already created the Ravelry group for this knit along, so I will also link it below this video, so you can go and check that out. So it has all the information that I told you, the deadlines, the prices, links to Säie Wool shop if you want to shop the same yarn as I did, and you can post your photos there already, chat with other KAL participants, and I forgot to also say that my knit alongs are always open to everyone, everywhere. So even if it doesn't matter where you are or who you are always welcome to join my knit alongs, and I will post the prize all over the world, so it doesn't matter where you are. If you win the prize, you will get the prize. So just wanted to say that. And then I thought at the end of the video I would show you a couple of socks from previous years. If you have been following me for a longer time, you might know that we moved houses last winter, so I still have some boxes of samples that I haven't unpacked yet, even though it's already June. We moved in October, November. I know I'm being a bit lazy. So I only have the first year and last year of socks. I couldn't find the second year, so this is the fourth year that I'm running this knit along. But I'll show you first the first year of socks and then last year's, and if I ever find the last year's second year's socks, then I can show them to you in another video. But we started 4 years ago with the Poet socks, which have become a classic among my sock patterns. So this is something that people have knitted a lot even after the knit along. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that you can still buy the patterns, you can knit the patterns even though you don't participate the KAL, and the patterns will be in Ravelry. So if you want to buy something from the previous years, you can buy them, you can still buy them. And for this year's patterns, when you are buying the pattern, use the code Summer Sock KAL, everything written together. So you will get 25% of this year's summer sock patterns in my Ravelry shop. So these are the Poet socks that I created for the first year of the summer sock knit along. And the second pattern were the Fleuriste Socks in this beautiful pink yarn. So you can see them here. They also have this little lace pattern going on. And then we had the Doloris Socks, which had a cable pattern in this beautiful grey blue colorway, and they are called Doloris because we were watching Westworld at that time, and this pattern and colorway reminded both me and my husband of Doloris in that series. And Poet Socks, I forgot to say, they are of course using the same lace as my Poet Sweater, and the Fleuriste Socks are using the same lace pattern as my Florist cardigan. So this was the first color combination, and I came up with the Venus socks. So this is the first year's last pattern combining the 3 colorways from these socks. So that's the first year of socks. And last year we started with the Rosenlund Socks. So they have the lace pattern on the front, and then there's like this honeycomb and lace on the back. And this is the pattern from my Rosenlund top. So this was the first colorway, first pattern of the last year's knit along. And then we had Ariel Socks, also really nice lace that reminds me of like little mermaid tails. And I also have the similar Ariel top that I created, a pattern that I released a year ago. So these are the Ariel socks. These were knitted from toe up. And then we have a Peregrin socks with cables, and these are also toe up socks. It has this little crossing cable pattern on them, and the name comes from Peregrin Socks from Lord of the Rings. So I'm a bit of a science and fantasy nerd. I have always been. I love reading fantasy books, so you can spot some of the names that I use, that they are from science fiction or from fantasy. You might have noticed that, or not, I don't know. It's just a little tidbit of info about me. So this was my color palette for last year, and they resulted in the Storsand Socks. So this was last year's last pattern, combining 3 different yarns, and also there's a little lace going on. So this is the Storsand pattern. I created a top and a shawl using this same pattern last year. So here you can see two sets of socks. So something similar is coming this year. So these are the Summer Solstice socks, and this is where we are going this year. Just one more thing at the end, a little tip about making socks. I often get asked how I can get my socks to look this neat. The answer is sock blockers. I have these ones from the Knitting Shed. So these are really cute bunny sock blockers. They are made of plywood, but there are plenty of different alternatives for sock blockers. So after you finish knitting your socks, soak them in lukewarm water. So just put them there, leave for 20 minutes, half an hour. Just make sure they are thoroughly wet, and then I usually put them between a towel and roll the towel like a burrito. I usually even step on it so I can get all the extra water out of the socks. And then I put them on this, so just put it on the blocker that you would put it on the foot. So here, and just leave it to dry on the blocker. So this is how you get nice and neat socks, so you can get the lace to open up, and they look really pretty. So that's everything I wanted to tell you about summer sock knit along, and all the links that I have mentioned are below this video. All the pattern names and links to the patterns are also below this video, so you can easily check them out. And I hope I see you joining the knit along, and if you like my videos, remember to subscribe to my channel so you will always get a notification when a new video comes up. Bye!